Hey everybody, this is Juan from Credo Therapeutic Massage. Today's video is going to be about stretching. So I do a lot of massages during the week, and in order to maintain this in working order, I do a very strict regimen of stretching in the morning. So I'm going to teach you one stretch specifically and how to do it correctly. And this stretch is for your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back, which are the usual suspects in a lot of people's problems, including mine. So what I do every morning when I wake up is I stand in my kitchen doorway and I stand like this, right? So this method's called the relax into stretch. It's not mine, it's by a gentleman named Pavel something, I can't pronounce his last name, but I'll show you his book on the comment section so you can take a look at it if you want a little bit more in-depth information. But basically his whole philosophy is that the way the muscles work is like an antenna, like old school car antenna, so one segment pulls out, then another segment pulls out, then another segment pulls out, and the best way to get that full muscle stretch is to relax into the stretch. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to relax into the stretch, specifically the hamstring stretch that I'm about to show you. So what you do is you stand preferably barefoot, and you're going to lock your knees, and as you're bending over, you're going to keep your back straight. So in the morning when I wake up, I can probably do about this far. And now, normally like people try to cheat and bend your back and touch the ground. That's not the point of this. The point of this is to get that full, correct stretch. So you're going to stand with your back straight like this, and you're going to, your knees locked and your feet evenly on the ground, about shoulder width apart. So as you feel your muscle relax, you're going to go with it, still keeping your knees straight, still keeping your back as straight as you can. And as you can see, like my butt's kind of shooting backwards. That's because if I lean forward too much, I'm going to kind of go over. So your body's naturally going to like compensate by leaning back as your torso is leaning forward. So as you can see, like I'm slowly getting a little closer to the ground, still keeping my knees locked, still trying to keep my back as straight as possible. And as soon as I touch the ground, I kind of start doing this wiggling thing. And the idea for that is just to like really keep that spine as flexible as possible. So you don't want to just be sitting there like stiff as a board or like, you know, just holding your breath. You want to relax into the stretch. That's the whole point of this. So as I feel my muscles elongate a little bit further and my knees are still locked, I get down to my foreknuckles. I'm still doing kind of the wiggling. And as I feel them relax a little bit further, as you can see, I'm kind of shifting my weight a little bit because now I'm going to have a little bit more stabilization because now I can put my palms on the ground. Now, I'm still flexing a little bit, and then when I get to this point in my stretch in the morning, I count to about 35, 40 Mississippi. And the idea is to stay in this point of flexion for a little bit, to just sit there, you know, instead of just like touching the ground and popping back up again, to really give the muscles time to relax. So as you can see, I'm kind of like still playing around with the flexibility, with the flexion and the wiggling, I would call it. And then about after 40 seconds, I get up, and that's it. So the advantage to this type of stretching, which is called relax into the stretch, is because of the way your muscles are structured, it really gets down to the nitty-gritty of the structure, the way the muscles are structured to really elongate those muscles, which is the whole point of stretching. When I started, I could just bend over and touch the ground, but that's not what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do is get the muscle to elongate on its own time and its own terms, so you can get the benefit of stretching, which is flexibility, right? Because when you wake up in the morning, you're so stiff, and the best way to counteract that is to do this method. So, if you like what you saw, you can find out more about Pavel's method by looking at his book called Relax into Stretching, which I'll drop the link in on the comments below. And if you guys have any suggestions for what other videos you would like to see, please also drop us a comment. Please like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more. Thank you very much.